Hey guys, how's it going? This is a video response! So in the interest of time and brevity and space and all that jazz, I'll cut to the chase. So the question is, what are 3 bad video games that you like? Bad is a rather subjective term for me, so the games that I've chosen weren't necessarily poorly received by critics, but are quote-unquote bad for different reasons, which I'll try to explain. Okay, number 1! Love Plus for the Nintendo DS. So this game was rather popular for its time. So this is the type of game that I feel bad for liking. Not only that, but this is definitely not the type of game that you would want to be seen playing in public. So yes, it is that type of game. However, if you have no sense of pride, you're all good, but unfortunately I do. So what's this game about and why is it bad? So it's a love simulation game, released only in Japan by Konami, and basically you're a nameless, faceless protagonist, and it's your job to seduce your love interest, who happens to be a Japanese high school girl, which is all types of wrong, I know, considering how old I am, but yeah, if it's any excuse, there's no accounting for taste, and I've been playing this genre of game since I was in high school. I actually play quite a few other games in this genre, but I don't feature it much on my channel because I think it's a little bit too niche. Okay, number 2! Chaos Legion for the PS2. My PS2 games are in storage, so this isn't actually Chaos Legion, but my representation of it. This is actually, what is this? Outrun 2. But anyway, Chaos Legion. I can't record any gameplay or even show you the game, so I don't know, you can look at this. I'll splice in some bits of the trailer or something that I borrowed from the internet. I think this game was released a long time ago, I want to say early 2000s. So this game is bad for being incredibly mediocre. So I think it was Capcom's attempt at making something like Dynasty Warriors, but not quite as good. So obviously the game doesn't have any sequels, but at the time I quite enjoyed it. I played it way back in the day when it first came out. If only because it had like one really interesting game mechanic, and that was that like Dynasty Warriors, there was a huge like battlefield where you would go out and beat up a bunch of monsters and there'd be like tons of them, but in this game you could summon like monsters / allies to fight with you. So unlike Dynasty Warriors, where you're just kind of one unstoppable force of rage and power, and in Chaos Legion you had kind of this team dynamic summoning thing going on, and that was pretty cool. Okay, number 3! Evolution for the Dreamcast. So make no mistake, this is actually not a great game. I think it's one of the earliest traditional RPGs for the Dreamcast. It was released in 1999. I think after a few months, just after it launched, the Dreamcast launched in North America. So this is a really old game, and I think it was even released before Shenmue. So yeah, it's pretty old and very early game, and it shows. So why do I like this game? So I don't like it so much for the game itself, but I have really great memory associated with it, much like a lot of my video games. So that memory is, this was the video game that landed me a girlfriend. So let me explain. So back in college, when I was stupid enough to be selling my video games so I could buy new video games, I was selling Evolution on eBay. So I sold this thing on eBay, somebody bought it, I was getting ready to ship this thing out, and I noticed that there are a few things about this person based solely on their address. So number 1, they lived a 15-minute walk away from where I lived, and number 2, the address was another dormitory on campus at the college. So immediately there were a bunch of things we had in common. So we were the same age, we both go to the same college, and we both like video games. And when you're in college, you know, that's pretty much the basis of like a long-term relationship when you're at that age. But anyway, so I email this person, and then I say, hey, how about I just hand you this game instead of like mailing to you? And the buyer says, yeah, okay. So with all of that being said, there's one thing I want to stress, that I didn't know this person was female based on their name. So she was Asian, and she had one of those funny like Asian names where you couldn't tell. And yes, those do exist. So we meet up, and of course we talk. We have a very hot and heavy conversation about video games. And one thing led to another, and another, and another, and in the end it didn't work out, but I will always remember Evolution for the Dreamcast as the gateway to that whole experience. Anyhow, that's my top 3. let me give credit to the progenitor of this session of Top 3 Tuesday, Michael B. the Game Genie. Links in the description. That's all I gotta say, so thanks for watching, guys.